Mr. Speaker, I rise in support of Senate Bill 62, but also to lend my moral support to the gentleman from Jefferson 30. You see, I know what he's about to get in for, but all that he has done, Mr. Speaker, is use a common procedure to tack one bill onto another. It's called a piggyback, and some will say that this technique effectively kills this bill, but as demonstrated to do today, this clearly is not the case, and I vigorously defend him in this. There are those who will call his action a cynical gaming of the system, since his bill had nothing to do with the bill he was amending and required a title change. But I don't want that to stop him. The executive director of Kentucky Youth Advocates calls such actions a travesty, calls it inappropriate, says that the tactic clearly endangers bills that are so amended. But I encourage the gentleman from Jefferson 30 to stand strong against the accusations of one-issue zealots. Statewide newspapers will no doubt pick this up and label the gentleman from Jefferson 30 an enemy of the people for threatening the passage of bills and the relief that they would offer a variety of constituencies. But take heart, gentlemen. Their attacks will only lead to emails and phone calls at approximately 80% in support of you, 90% in Western Kentucky, and 97% in your home district. And what of his fellow legislators? The gentleman from Jefferson 30 must be prepared for personal attacks. For there are some who will call him a hypocrite for decrying the use of a piggyback and then doing the same thing to advance his own personal agenda. But surely I will defend him against the charge. Other legislators will say that they are shocked and saddened by his effort, that he should be ashamed of himself for trying to hurt a good bill by amending it with his own bill. They would call it absurd. But I say to the gentleman from Jefferson 30, don't let those guys get you down. Because he can look them in the eye, and he can say that in his 35 years of legislative service, or according to the lady from Fayette, his 52 years, our good colleague, he has seen this technique used time after time after time, and today is not the first time he has used it, and it's not the last time he's going to be used it. So I encourage all of us to support this legislation as presented, despite any misgivings as to vile technique or charges of hypocrisy, and I predict that it will pass overwhelmingly, if not unanimously. Mr. Speaker, as my friend from Union 7 would say, question.